guys, it's Morgan and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about episode 5 of season 6 of Riverdale, chapter 100, the Jughead Paradox. Now, if you haven't seen the episode, there will be spoilers in this review, so stop watching if you don't want to be spoiled. So, here's my review of episode 5 of season 6 of Riverdale, chapter 100, the Jughead Paradox. It was interesting that this episode started with the reveal that Archie, Tony, Reggie, and Nana Rose were all alive, and Betty, Fangs, Veronica, Cheryl, and Nana Rose all had dreams about the events that happened in the previous episodes. After seeing that, it was clear that something strange was going on. Well, even stranger than the typical strange things that happen in Riverdale. I didn't blame Jughead for how he reacted when he saw Ben, since Ben fell out of a window for the Gargoyle King in front of Betty and Jughead. And I also didn't blame Jughead for how he reacted when he found out that Dr. Curdle Jr. found his body. I mean, if you saw someone who you knew was dead and also saw your own dead body, you would be wondering what was going on too. But I did think it was funny that Jughead's doppelganger had Riverdale comics on him when he died. But it did help Jughead realize that Riverdale was a parallel universe. It was a surprise when it was revealed that in Riverdale, Hiram was dead and Jason was alive. But this was also the first time we ever heard Jason talk, so that was pretty cool. And it was also a really great surprise when Ross Butler, who played Reggie in season 1, came back after Reggie said that his look changed in the Riverdale comics when Jughead showed the comics to him and Veronica. But unfortunately, both Reggies died after fighting each other. When Dilton told Jughead to forget about the parallel universe, it was pretty obvious that Jughead wasn't going to listen to him. I mean, he just found out that he's in a parallel universe. He's not just going to forget about that. But it was nice to see Dilton and Ethel again. It was good that Jughead read the comics, since he was able to figure out where the Black Hood took Jason, and he, Archie, and Sheriff Keller were able to save Jason. But the Black Hood that kidnapped Jason wasn't Hal, it was Clifford. And in Riverdale, Clifford was the person who killed Jason. But Hal was in this episode for one scene to celebrate Betty and Archie's wedding, and since he wasn't the Black Hood in this universe, it was nice to see him. Since Dilton told Jughead to forget about the parallel universe, it made sense why Jughead thought that Dilton was Riverdale's villain. But luckily, Ethel was able to stop Dilton by poisoning him. But then she told Jughead that she knew how to just save Riverdale. And in order to do that, they had to recreate the moment where everything changed when the bomb exploded under Archie's bed. But instead of recreating that moment with Betty and Archie, they decided to recreate it with Jughead and Veronica. And surprisingly, Veronica agreed. It was definitely a surprise when it was revealed that the real villain of Riverdale was Archie, and that he killed Veronica to stop her and Jughead from getting rid of Riverdale. And he also killed Cheryl and the other Jughead, and would have killed this Jughead too if Betty hadn't saved him. And Betty and Jughead were going to recreate the moment with the bomb, but then the narrator Jughead showed up and told them a better way to save Riverdale and Rivervale. Even though what Archie did was terrible, I still felt really sorry for him, because the reason that he did it was because since everyone else who died were all in Rivervale, he thought that Fred would come back and be at his wedding. When the Jughead narrator was in heaven, it was nice to see that the heaven was the characters as they are in the Archie comics. Since this was the 100th episode of the show, it was nice that they also honored the comics. And I also really liked that they called heaven the sweet hereafter, since it was also called that in the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. It was funny when Betty and Jughead went downstairs and joined everyone else, but they couldn't remember why they were upstairs. And it was also good that someone, who I'm assuming was the Jughead in the bunker, called Betty and told her about the bomb that was under Archie's bed, so Archie and her were able to get out of the house. Which answers the question, how did Betty and Archie survive the bomb? So the Riverdale 5-episode event is now over, but season 6 isn't over yet and will continue on March 6, 2022. So I'm excited to see what happens next, especially since in the promo, Cheryl told Betty, Archie, and Jughead that she cursed them. So I'm wondering what's going to happen with that. Thanks for watching, guys! If you saw the episode, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. And if you want to see any of my previous Riverdale reviews, check out the playlist. And if you want to see any of my future videos, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!